North Huntsville is home for me. I bought my first house in North Huntsville, and all my kids went to school at Rolling Hills, Davis Hill, and Johnson High, the former Johnson High. So, been in that community all my life, got a passion for it, want to make sure that, and the advantage I have, I've seen it from a different vantage point from most people because I've been involved when Councilman Showers ran the first time when they didn't have districts. So I've been involved in the process and listened to all the promises that had been made years and years ago. And now some of those things are coming to fruition. So my passion for the community is still there. And I want to make sure, some 30, 40 years later, that we're continuing to build upon some of the gains that we made in the past and just continue to make it better and get some of those basic things that District 1 deserved, just like every other district. Building that trust back into the citizens of District 1 and Huntsville community and getting somebody that, to bring that trust back to the community to feel good about. There's some momentum going. We don't want to lose that. We want to build on that and do some other things that need to happen, like the hotels that's in every other community. And grocery stores, either get new grocery stores or enhance some of the grocery stores that we have where the city can put money in to make those grocery stores better and some of the other basic things, access to health care and some of those things that I like to see. And the Parkway, it means a lot to me. The Parkway looked like it looked 30-something years ago. And some things are, are starting to change, but I want to help continue to move those things forward. I would tell them that, first of all, let's build that trust back. Go ahead and elect me, a person that we will build that trust. Then we would look at I have a 10-point plan, but I'll sit down with the mayor and my other council people to let them know, how I feel about, certain things. And after we survey the community, we will make sure that we put those things on the table and say, this is what I'm hearing from the community, and these are the things that I need you all help, especially the mayor, help in making sure that District 1 is whole. Because, we've been number 1 and number 2, but when people come to Huntsville, and when they get through North Huntsville, they be like, you mean this is the number 2 city? So it needs to look just like all districts. You can go anywhere in Huntsville and feel like you got a place that you can stay, a place you can live, a place that you can work. And we need to make sure that District 1 enjoy those same things like every other district. Well, I think I've been in the community a long time. People know me from my military, from my Huntsville Hospital Board, Alabama A&M, UNCF at Oakwood. People know me. They know they can trust me. And they know I'm not going to let the district down. I'm going to do the things that are above board. I'm going to make sure that I advocate for the district. And I'm going to do that with honor and respect. So that's what we have to do. We have to build that trust back and get the people, because my goal is I want 10,000 to come out and vote for me. That has never happened in the district. So I'm going to motivate these other voters who have not decided to vote or that are disappointed like me in the leadership in District 1, and they're going to come out and vote Reggie McKenzie as their next city councilman for District 1. Well, I think we build on them. The housing, great job. I mean, we got more housing, and because the people say, well, you need more rooftops. And I argued that point, but I understand it. I said, we already have rooftops. And those rooftops that's already in the community have money. They can support grocery stores. They can support different things that we bring in the community. But I know people like things that are new. So we got some new rooftops. We got some other things in the Johnson Legacy Center. We got some things in the parks. But we still don't have the hotels. If families come, and mostly in North Huntsville, the houses are small. So it was 10 in my family. So if my family came to visit me, they can't stay with me, but they have to stay, and if the hotel's full downtown, they have to go to Decatur, they have to go to Madison, and some have to even go to Athens. That shouldn't happen. They should be able to stay in the community to, when they come and visit. Shouldn't have to leave out of their community to go to the grocery store. And my thing is, I know one is coming, I think Food City, But here's the thing. Some of the grocers that said to me, well, Reggie, you can get to our grocery store 5 minutes from North Huntsville. I said, it's the same 5 minutes to North Huntsville. So I'm trying to change the thinking of some of the investors and some of the people in general. Just like access to health care. They're saying, well, you have your own doctor. You may want to drive out of the community, but you shouldn't have to. So my thing was, we need those basic things. Doctors' offices need to be close by. And we shouldn't have to drive out of our community just for the basic services. So there have been some improvement. I'm going to build on that. Someone say, well, let's keep growing. We're going to grow higher. We're going to keep growing. That's what we're going to do. So we're not going to lose. And things that's in place, I'm not coming in to change those things, but I'm going to review them because I'm a strategic person. If there's things that's in there that's not good for District 1, I'll discuss that with my colleagues and say, hey, let's take a look at it, and we're going to continue to move forward. We're not looking backwards because we've got so much to look forward to. Well, I can speak from my perspective being in the North Huntsville Business Association. We brought a lot of investors in, and the city has said, hey, we'll support the infrastructure. So Shane Davis and that planning commission and the mayor, so that support has been there. But here's what I think, because we have waited so long, we can't wait any longer for that. So we need people like the mayor, and I've said this to him, the mayor just need to say, hey, my investors, I want a hotel in North Huntsville. They'll start doing it tomorrow. So that's the kind of weight we have to put behind that, because we've tried other investors, we tried a lot of things, but we need help. And we need help from the mayor, we need help from the economic development, from our colleagues, to use their strength, because they should want all of Huntsville to look good. So they shouldn't have people driving to Huntsville and say, well, what's wrong with this area? What's the problem? So I think we have to look at it from a different perspective, put all our weight into District 1. And the mayor, he's running unopposed this time, and maybe this is his last 4 years. So I'm gonna be looking to him to really, because he know I've been around since the Councilman Showers days. And there were some things that had been talked about then. So he knows that I've been around to hear those things. So we will be having some candid conversations. I like him, I think he like me, I hope he do. And we're just gonna sit down and say, hey, how can we make this come around a little faster? And people say, well, things don't happen overnight. But 30-something years, 40 years? I know it don't happen overnight, but it doesn't take 40 years. Well, we're going to be knocking on some doors. We're going to be going to different sections in the community, talking to the voters, probably doing some unique things. We will be getting some other information out. There are some people still don't know that I'm running. They're surprised. I'm changing hearts. They say, hey, now that we know you're running, we're going to support you, because they didn't have an option. And I think I've said this before. People was actually talking about flipping a coin. They shouldn't have to do that in our district. I'm giving them a real choice. I'm giving them some genuine leadership that they can trust and believe in and know that we're going to get it done. So they need to elect Reggie McKenzie as their next city councilman. Well, most of them have, they're disappointed, and just like me. And that's been most of the discussion, because I've supported what's been going on the last 8 years in every aspect. But in this particular environment and what has happened in the past, I just couldn't support that. So that's what most of them are looking at, and they wanted another option. And of course, you had the other candidate to get in, but that option, I don't think, it's an option, but I think I can bring more to the table based on my experiences, my involvement, and my relationship with the city and the Economic Planning Committee. So I think I can bring more to the table being in that seat if the community decide that they don't want the incumbent. What makes me the better candidate? My experience military. I'm a retired lieutenant colonel. I spent 28 years in the military. I have a lot of experience from that, serving on the Huntsville Hospital Board, major board. We did everything you see now, including the Madison Hospital. I was involved in that. So strategically, I'm real strategic. I've been on long range planning. I've been on finance committees. I'm now the executive director of Harris Home for Children, so I know about the community and things that I've done in the community. And like I say, I've worked with A&M, UNCF over at Oakwood. So I bring a different perspective to this position, and with my leadership and my experience, I think it's top notch. And I think that's what District 1 need going forward to get us through the next 4 years. Well, the turning point actually was Councilman Showers always wanted to turn this seat over to me, but when the incumbent came along 2 terms ago, I told Councilman Showers I would yield to that young man because I'm excited about what he was talking about and what he was going to do, and he started doing some of those things. But I'm a person that I'm truthful with my friends, my brothers, sisters, everybody, and I was truthful to him. He let the community down, so that was a turning point with me, and I don't think he's really been able to deal with that. So when I'm running because I want him to have time to deal with whatever he has going on. So I'll take the seat for 4 years, let him deal with what he has to do. And he can come back and do some things later. But I think in this time for the community, for the district, and for the whole Huntsville community, if we allow that candidate to go forward and sit in that seat, it's gonna send a message not only to our kids, to North Huntsville, and to the whole state that, okay, this is what you all are supporting, and this is what you all believe in. And I don't believe in that, so that's why I'm running.